Here we are then, back at the Batcave today for episode 1.5. I'm not going to show you all the new stuff that I've put in yet. I'm not quite happy with it. It will definitely be out this week though, episode 2. So I'm just going to take you through what I've done. I've kind of cleaned everything up, tried to compact it all, bits and bobs like that, and kind of simplify the circuits as much as I can. And I've put signs up everywhere. So I noticed that actually the Batcave had a few thousand downloads, and considering how messy it was, I thought I'd clean it up for you guys so you can kind of see what's going on a little bit better, and have it marked out a bit more clearly. So cool, we'll start with the bud switch room. Okay, so this is the bud switch room, which beforehand was quite a lot larger, if you guys remember. Now I've kind of compacted it all down using this bud here, the blue circuit that I showed in the full tutorial on buds, and it's a hell of a lot better. Basically, before it was going into a 1 wide, then it was going to a T flip-flop, then it was going to an R pink pulse limiter here. So now it's just a whole lot better. This kind of acts as a T flip-flop, as you can see. So if I activate the redstone, it comes out, and then when that redstone ore stops being lit up like that, it's going to attract it in, just like I wanted the T flip-flop to be doing. So this is now doing the job in, as big a space as a T flip-flop. So it works as a bud and a T flip-flop at the same time, which is wicked. And then, yeah, we've still got our pulse limiter in here, just to make sure that if we reset the entrance door before this redstone has stopped flashing and hasn't retracted this in, we haven't still got power going into the latch that keeps the circuit open. Otherwise we wouldn't be able to reset it when we walk over the pressure plate to get into the combination lock room. So that's the reason that's in there, just to create a short pulse instead of a constant one. And yeah, really, for me, this is kind of the ideal bud switch, especially if you want to use redstone ore as a kind of button to open any kind of circuit door, whatever. It's ideal because now when this turns off, it's going to reset the piston and therefore not output, which is great. So yeah, that's the bud switch room updated. Now I'll show you the Batcave entrance circuit. So as you guys may remember from episode 1, this was a lot bigger. This room was a lot bigger, and I had all sorts of stuff going into the wall, and yeah, it was just a bit silly. So over the week I perfected the circuit a little bit, although I'm fairly happy with it, but I still think it could be slightly better. But yeah, it's worked out pretty good. It's a fairly small footprint considering what it's doing. It's doing about 3 or 4 different jobs. So for the guys that wanted to know about extending the height of the waterfall specifically, you have to kind of have this pulse limiter here with a little bit more length, so you need to add more repeaters into the kind of loop that goes around here. So I think in the tutorial I was using 3, whereas this one needs 5 on this side, and then obviously that one over there. And then also, just to help with the height here, instead of having the piston going out into the wall like that, I've obviously got it going up, and then it's cutting off a source block there rather than directly in the wall. So it's actually, if we come outside, it looks a bit more natural. Actually just looks like it's coming out of the wall there. In fact, I think you could probably take that away like that. So it does look fairly natural, I think, not too bad. So that's that. And then some guys also asked me about how I did the kind of dock thing that comes out the floor here, so you can get off the boat and then into the corridor. And that's, yeah, fairly self-explanatory. All I've got down here, I've got signs up for everyone now as well, it's just 3 repeaters going into those front pistons, and then I've got a torch here that's powering a piston. As you can see, they're all here. So they're all getting power from this one torch. And when our latch from the bud switch, so this is our latch attached to the bud switch down there, comes into this latch, and then it goes through these lines here. So this goes into our pulse limiter at the top, but then this down here is our delays for entrance line, which goes through the floor here, so you can see all these delays down here that then go into these two red blocks, and they power the pink circuit, which is the waterfall splitter, and then the blue circuit, which is the actual secret door, and then it furthermore powers the boat dock circuit, which is just pistons that push up out of the ground to give us somewhere to walk when we go up to the door. So that hopefully that just clears it up a little bit for the guys that wanted to know about that. And I think that's pretty much it for the entrance. What else have I done? No, that's it. So I'll show you kind of the rest of the combination lock room, stuff like that. Made some changes there through suggestions. So right, so the combination lock room. This made me laugh. I think within about 3 comments of posting this, who was it? I think it was Minecraft Bros. Is that his name? Minecraft Bros. Yeah, he just pointed out to me a fatal flaw in that this was alcoved and that you could just hop into the alcove out the way of the old dispensers with the arrows. So sorted that out and brought it flush, actually using the combination lock thing that I went through yesterday, and brought it in and made it flush. So actually I'm quite pleased with that. It's worked out quite well. And also the guys that pointed out this, was it Gothic Farms? He made a video, so you guys check that out. I put the response for it on the combination lock tutorial about isolating this, so you didn't have to use that cross of redstone dust, which was great. So you guys should check that out if that didn't make sense about having to extend the line of repeaters out by 1. So that was really cool that he worked that out, and thank you. So I've done that, and yeah, I've just kind of tidied the room up back here a little bit. I had all sorts of stuff going on which I didn't need, so I've still got the counter line with all the note blocks and stuff, and then I've compacted up the NAND and NAND gate array here, which detects if you've got the combination lock torch here lit up, i.e. the last torch, before the timer reaches here, so you don't get shot. So I've compacted that up so you guys can come and check that out if you're interested. I've kind of colour coded everything, as you can see, so it's a bit easier to understand. And I've also added this piston clock. I still haven't gone through clocks. I will try and do it. I'm so in arrears with tutorials. I've got so much stuff to get through that I just haven't got around to it yet. But this is a piston clock, and it kind of goes a lot faster than your normal clock because it obviously doesn't burn out. So if I give an example, that's fairly fast. But then if we put it there, yeah, it's going to shoot a lot more arrows than it was. So I've added that in, and yeah, it now kills you quite a lot faster. I'm not that bothered about the trap being that effective. It was just kind of, it's just for a bit of a laugh, really. I mean, at the end of the day, this room's really about getting the secret stairs open, which goes like that. I think that's the code. There it is. So now this is, well, I'm not going to walk through this door because that's where all the new work is, and I don't want to show it yet because I'm not finished, and I want to make sure when I show you guys I'm happy with it and stuff like that. So yeah, that's for next time. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all the modifications I've made. I noticed that I'd had about 3,000 or 4,000 downloads of the map, and thought I should probably tidy it up a bit for you guys. So if you're interested in downloading it and just seeing it a little bit more, well, a little bit neater and just color coded with signs and stuff, just to kind of tell you guys what's going on, then that's what I've done. And the second episode, full episode of building the Batcave, will be out definitely by the end of the week, probably a couple of days. Just got a few more things to do, kind of tidying up, and a few more things to add in. So yeah, that's it for today, and cheers for watching.